All right, right over Paul Ryan's shoulder, there was Congressman Michael Grimm, as you saw there, of New York, and he joins me now from Capitol Hill. Congressman, thanks for stopping by today. I wanted to start with this. He said our terms, and you nodded yes. What are our terms?
Well, I think it's very, very clear. There's several things that we need to see done. Number one, real cuts, and I mean dramatic cuts to spending. We're addicted to spending. We got to stop spending money we don't have, so real cuts. Systemic reforms, whether that be caps, whether that be a balanced budget amendment, it could be many different things, but it has to be systemic reforms so that we're not continuing to indebt this nation in the future.
Is that number $4 trillion for you, Congressman?
I'm sorry?
Is that number $4 trillion for you, Congressman?
You know, I don't have a specific number at this point. I think that's a number that is going to be negotiated, but it has to be a very serious number, and it certainly has to be in the trillions. But there's also one other thing, is entitlement reform. You know, the one thing that I think came out, I walked away with today after speaking with the president, is that the president said that he would love to see us have entitlements in this plan, dealing with entitlements. Well, let's see if he's serious about that, because the Republicans, obviously, we put something forward, may not be perfect, but it's a starting point. It's something we can talk about. But the president today told me that he would love to see us deal with entitlements in his plan. So
you'll see that happen.
That's encouraging. You know, we're going to call him on it now, because it's one thing, he knows we're serious. That's the other thing I want to stress. We're very strong in this meeting, and he knows we're serious.
Congressman, many have said this is a listening session. What else did you hear from the president, and did you hear sincerity and some practical steps moving forward?
Well, I think overall, everything comes back to jobs, and because it does for us. Getting the debt under control, dealing with the entitlements that are driving our debt, is all about getting our nation back on a prosperous plan so that we can create jobs. And we talked about regulations, the overburdening regulations, and the president agreed that we definitely have to take a look at a lot of these rules and regs that are stifling growth. You know, we looked at overall energy policies, and getting drilling back, making sure these permits are being issued so that we can drill offshore here, off the offshore United States. So a lot of those things, again, with a theme and an emphasis on creating jobs. That's what the Republican agenda is, and it was good to hear that the president agrees with us.
Yeah, again, we were mentioning earlier that the market not liking jobs looking forward at this moment, down still. And Congressman, as we also look at the issues ahead of us, I'm showing it to our viewers right now, down 180. As we look at the perception from the outside and moving forward, as the Republicans now work with the Democrats, is there a number? You said it wasn't $4 trillion. Let's talk about the cap then. $2.4 trillion was what was voted on yesterday. You flatly said no. In fact, Congress saying 318 to 97, no. What was your vote? It was probably no. And was it strictly symbolic, you think?
No, it was not symbolic. It was, listen, I was elected because people are fed up with a broken Washington. Washington's upside down. Okay, for far too long, people get elected to office, and instead of being elected officials, they become politicians, and they start kicking the can down the road. That's not what I'm here to do. That vote yesterday was a sincere vote on my part to say no, enough is enough. We have to deal with this. We can't continue to spend money we don't have. We cannot mortgage our children and grandchildren's future. We have to take the tough vote, and it's not an easy thing to do, but it's not supposed to be easy. Getting this country back on the right track is going to be tough, and we're going to need the president and bipartisan support. So I think that's what today was really all about. It was about telling the president we're serious.
How far will this go? How far will you take it? How close will we get to the point where we do run out of money?
Well, unfortunately, we're going to take it as far as we have to. Let me be very clear. There is a crisis looming. So, yes, not raising the debt ceiling is a catastrophic event. However, not dealing with the systemic problems that we're having, the rest of the world eventually will cut us off. We're not going to be creditworthy if we stay on this path. That's something we're not going to be able to control. So I think we have to deal with it now. It's incumbent upon all the elected officials to deal with it today and avoid all of the catastrophes. Yes, we can raise the debt limit if we actually put the reforms in place and get the serious cuts that we need, and we deal with the entitlements that are driving our debt.
Good discussion. Congressman Grimm, thank you.
Thank you.
After years of debate, the